But yeah, I mean, I know. There's a show that you want to talk about.
I
Good
know. I
old,
was just about to say it's been 12 minutes and we haven't even talked about it.
yeah. We got Mr. Rudius.
Fucking peak reincarnation.
I
Jobless peak incarnation. I'm trying my best. Anyway, this fucking episode, man, was fucking poggers. I fucking love this shit, man. This is what we need. We need fucking sauce. We need flavor. You know what I'm saying? We need, let me hear it, character development. And what did we get? We got character development. This is all I need. Any isekai show ever can be good if it just had character development.
except for Tsukimichi.
Yeah, maybe except for Tsukimichi, but like, but
Nah,
there's
like-
so much growth. You spend a journey with this fucking man. All right, he's a man now. You started with a boy, an infant, and now he's a man. All right, he's him. All right, he learned from his past mistakes and doesn't want to see his sister go through the same thing. What does he do? Fucking tells it straight to her, and everything's all right.
To be fair, I was watching it and it did like that. That episode honestly almost brought me to like tears. Because it was like a really good, powerful episode. It was like great for developing his character, and like I was watching it and I was like thinking to myself in the back of my head, I'm like, I'm pretty sure last week I kind of whinged about the fact I'm like, it feels like it's getting real slow and nothing's happening. I was like, so I feel like a dick if I go in now being like, nah, this week though, fucking incredible. Because I'm like, after all the bitching.
But that's literally what I said. I said this shit last week. I said this is like a little intermission, and then shit's gonna fucking hit the fan. Actually, next episode it will hit the fan. But like this is like a little character development. You know, this is building that we need. And then he's gonna go back on his word in the next episode. But that's a spoiler.
But I mean, to be fair, I liked it. I did kind of like. I appreciated, it was the first time he had ever considered kind of, or you were at least kind of given him thinking of his family from his previous life. Like,
Yeah,
it's the
we
first
haven't
time we
got
get anything
much.
of that.
Yeah, we haven't really got much backstory in the past season. Like, I don't think we got any last season.
I don't.
It was very much an in-world issue that really had no problems in real life. But I just really like how everything is done in this episode. In the manga, in the manga, it's pretty close to this. There are some changes, and I've noticed that while reading the manga, it's a little bit different from how things are in the anime. But I think the anime makes it more sense. It makes it more sense, and I just fucking love this shit, man. It's so good, man. I fucking hate all these fucking Mushoku Tensei haters, because they're still battering this anime, and I'm like, you guys are fucking clowns. You don't know what true peakness is.
See, I'm of the mind, if you if you don't like the show, and like you are just one of those fucking like people who just bash the show for the sake of fucking bashing it because you don't like certain concepts, or like the one that always gripes me is the people who dislike the whole, he's like a 50-year-old man trying to seduce children, he's a pedo. It's like, fucking grow up.
That shit's whack.
It pisses
it's
me off.
fucking
I'm
whack.
like, if you don't like the show, that's fine. Not everyone's gonna like a fucking fantasy isekai. That's fine. But like, don't like it because it's just not a show for you. Don't fucking find an issue with a show that it just doesn't have. Like, it doesn't have this issue. Like, I appreciate he still considers himself in occasion, like, to his now mental age. But like, it's a stupid fucking hang up to have with a cartoon, for fuck's sake.
I know.
Because all the people who fucking hate it.
I've said the same argument. For years. I've literally have said this for 3 years straight on my own channel, Dead Channel, by the way. not every anime is meant for everyone, alright? Your niche might be fucking shonen, turn off your brain, Dragon Ball Z, you know, fucking Super Saiyan 2, Cell, Kamehameha, come in your face. You don't have to like harems, you don't have to like shoujo, you don't have to like isekai. But there is a limit to not liking something and hating something that you haven't even watched, that you don't even have an opinion on. Because I don't think people realize how disingenuous it can be to people that make this show and make a good show but feel bad because people aren't liking it, or like not everyone's liking it and going after it, which sucks because Mushoku Tensei is the best isekai. Alright? This season will be the best season that we will get. I'm guaranteeing that now because I know where this shit is heading now, thanks to the end of this episode, Turning Point 3. You know when shit gets real when it's Turning Point 3. Alright, we've had two fucking turning points. Like, we had a mass teleporting, and then we had, what was the second one?
That was when he met Orsted.
Yeah, when he fucking got fucking murked off.
When we lost our Rudius for a minute.
Yeah, for a minute. And then, dude, this turning point is the best turning point because nothing fucking happens, basically. He gets told information and it's the events preceding that are basically the turning point. And it's just, I don't know, I fuck with it. Alright, I fuck with it. So many times when we've seen Turning Point, something bad happens because, you know, from past. But then this is like a more internal turning point. This is an emotional turning point, and I'm like, you know what? Props to the fucking light novel author. This man knows how to fucking write a story. All right, and I fucking love this shit. I could geek out about Tensei for ages, and I literally have. It's now been fucking 9 minutes about me talking about this shit, man.
No, man, it is sound.
I fucking love this shit.
There is passion in what you're saying, and I get it. It is such a fucking good show. Like, it is a really good show, and not like Slime good show. Like, this is a legitimate good show.
Slime is mid compared to this.
Mushoku Tensei is. I mean, it's considered like what, the grandfather of isekai, because it's the fucking best. It's the one that you want to get all your lessons from. If you want to make a good isekai, that's the fucking one.
It's the first one. Like, in terms of like when it came out in like light novel or like manga or whatever the fuck came first, it was the first.
Yeah.
And I've said this in my own video. It shows. It has the basics of like isekai, it has Truckun and all that, but it feels more organic. It feels more like emotional. There's weight behind the events that happen in this show. Whereas other shows, they sort of like mock it, especially recently. Like, I know that we talked about what was that fucking girl show that we talked about? Fucking
oh fuck.
I was asked not to be the strongest, but something like that. That mocked that was a bit of a parody of like the isekai.
In my next life, make my abilities average.
Yeah.
That one, yeah.
And then that was it's basically treated as a parody, like the whole time, which is fine, and we enjoy that show. But you need shows that actually show the true appreciation of what being reincarnated in another world can be like. Slime does it really well. Mushoku Tensei founded it, fucking mastered it, and is the best at it. Period.
Yeah. To be fair, I quite like even in Mushoku Tensei as well, though, that it at least acknowledges, for some people, that could actually be a true nightmare. Like, the whole Nanahoshi angle is...
Oh my god, man!
Like, this is the worst thing that could have happened in her opinion. Like, this is hell on earth.
Yeah, because Slime also kind of did that as well. Because when I don't know, like Shino, she didn't want to be there. She was summoned like out of her own free will, and then just had to stay there. and then some of the other people also want to go back, but Rimuru doesn't. And it's the same thing with Rudius. He doesn't want to go back. But then Nanahoshi has this emotional breakdown that you just cannot help but feel so like distraught over for this girl who just doesn't like this world at all. Rudius has become attuned to it because he was born into it. And it's different for Nanahoshi where she had a life, was teleported, and it's there.
Yeah.
And it's such a good juxtaposition as well. Like, this guy knows what he's fucking doing, and people just don't understand that sometimes, and it really fucking annoys me.
To be fair, I think it gripes me a lot that like people just seem to not be able to also separate like the art from the artist at times, and it's like, so you give grief to the guy who made this, being like, well, it's a bit creepy that you've done stuff like this, and it's like, separate his work from him. Firstly, it's not his thing.
Yeah,
he's not a
problem with
pedophile.
I had a problem with some of the stuff that he did do in the anime, or like what he wrote, or whatever the fuck you want to say. Some of the things are flat out weird, you know. Rudius is a fucking degenerate. But that's like him going through, like it's like childhood angst, basically. Like you're like so overjoyed about getting a second chance, like you feel an obligation to muck around because you're just like, hey, I'm in another world. Fuck you guys. I'm living my best life. And then you get emotional maturity throughout the show, and that's what I fucking love about this shit. Rudius is such a different person from the start to where he is now. And it's like, it's evident because of this last episode.
See, yeah, no, like, I'd say that's like the whole reason, though, he's a bit of a fucking degenerate at the start. Is like, that's kind of the beauty of why he was written as a degenerate, is so that you can watch a guy who was like he was a degenerate in his own fucking previous life. Like, he was literally kicked out because instead of going to his parents' funeral, he decided he'd just rub one out. So it's like, he was a fucking degenerate of a human being. Like, you're not meant to really like him. Like, the person he was isn't a good person. This isn't our hero. This isn't a good person. So when he comes to this new world and he's still a bit of a sexual deviant and degenerate, it's like, well, that's 30 odd years of bad habits learned because that's what he is. But it's like, you now see him 16 years on through all this lovely growth he's gone through, and it's like, no, like, the man's experienced like true pain, and like, and with this episode with Norn, like, he is working as hard as he can to not see someone else end up like that. Like, he sees that he wasn't good.
Yeah, and then like, and then you get such constant development throughout season 1, like with his talks like Man God and all that shit, and it's just so good, man. It's fucking delicious. It's delicious content.
I think it's the fact that it doesn't feel predictable. Like, I know you're reading it, so you know what will happen in like the anime, but I assume even with the manga,
I
know
what will happen in the next 2 seasons.
Jeez, man's really into this. But like, it's one of those where like,
out of my own free will,
it's not like you're going to be reading it and being like, oh, this is obviously about to be like this very obvious fucking plot like line that we're going to go down like every other fucking show does, which is why it's so good to watch, because like, you don't really know what's going to happen on it. It's kind of like, what's his name? Badigari. It's like, Badigari shows up and like, I was like, oh shit, are we about to witness like an actual fight in this season kind of thing? And then it's like, boom, one shot, done. I like you, friend. Yeah. And you're like, all right, that was a bit of a curveball.
The one thing that I do have to give praise about recently is that it very subverts your expectations, and I feel like that's what this season does very well, and you will see that in the next episode. It subverts your expectations because when you, like I said before, when you associate Turning Point with other events that happen in the show, it's a bad thing. But this turning event is actually kind of a good thing, but bad thing in disguise.
Oh my
and
God.
I won't spoil it, but it is a good thing.
Eris Kun returns.
No, that's next season.
Yeah.
I just know people will love this season, and Mushoku Tensei fans are eating this shit up on Twitter. I have never seen such a positive response to an anime on my timeline in so long, And this shit is just soaking it all up, man. And honestly, I don't fucking get why this show is lower rated than Slime currently on Live Chart. It is a fucking disservice to this fucking platform and society, and I am very sad.
See, I honestly, I think what kind of gripes me with it is that it's so low, even on like my anime list, compared to a show like Frieren, and like I liked Frieren. Frieren, good show. Frieren, very
Mushoku
good show.
Tensei's better.
But Mushoku Tensei
It's
definitely
just- it's
fucking
better.
like, it's better than Frieren. Like I still say Frieren is a top 10. Like it's up there, but like wherever the fuck it goes on that list, Mushoku Tensei is fucking quite a bit higher.
It
than
needs to be close, and I 100% guarantee you we are going to see this season of Mushoku Tensei in the top 50 on Mal.
Oh, it fucking
Because
I want to see it in the top
the way
fucking
that
20
the
at
way that
least.
events are lining up right now, fucking star signs right now, right here. I'm telling you, Hugo, this shit is going to hit the fan. People will love this show and get on its shit. All right, when they hear what is about to happen in the next episode, and I want to tell this, but I don't want to ruin it. You're about to witness cinema.
I am looking forward to it. Like part of me is kind of like I want to rewatch Turning Point 1 and 2 so I can just kind of be ready for
It's
Turning
nothing
Point
like
3,
Turning
but
Point 1 or 2. It is nothing like either one of them. Nothing at all. I think we get like 2 more turning points. There's a Turning Point 4. I know that, but I don't know if there's a Turning Point 5.
Maybe the final like episode will be called like Turning Point 10 though. By the time it all ends.
The turn has been turned.
To be fair,
The turning has stopped.
it's one of those where like I did also like the fact that in it he does. I think it's like the very last line in it from the. It might even be the very last line from the episode, which is like when he says, "I might ask Nanahoshi if she can go back to just give my brother a message."
Yeah,
Just
that
be
is
like,
that is the
"Thanks."
last one.
Yeah, and it's like I honestly I actually really liked that because it was the fact
Yeah.
that I had thought about it. I'm like in watching it, and she's like, "But don't you want to go back?" And I'm like, "But don't you want to at least say to your family like sorry?" Like it's been 20 years nearly, like, well, at least 20 years for you. Fuck knows how long it's been for them, really. But that
20 minutes.
That I hope if they do ever send like Nanahoshi home, that they at least let us know how long it's been for them.
I don't think we get any more updates
That's
about her.
kind of upsetting. Like I don't need
I
to know
would
that she
fuck with
goes
a
off and
cover
lives a
story,
good life.
to be honest. I would fuck
Yeah,
with a
but
cover
like I
story
would
about
like
her.
I'd like to just know that she goes home and it's like, oh, it's actually only been like 2 weeks for
I
her,
don't
kind of thing.
I don't
Like,
want to
'cause
spoil it, but
otherwise-
I don't think she's that relevant later on in the story. But I can't spoil it because I don't want to spoil it for you.
I mean, I would assume she's got to have some relevance if she was with fucking Orsted for however long, however many years it was
Yeah.
that she was traveling around with him.
Like, yeah, she's around, but like even in the later chapters, she's like, she's not really there that much.
Ah, that's a bit of a
I
shame.
don't know. It's been forever, and I'm like rereading it now. So.
I hope you've just not realised that she's
Bitch, I'm
been
not
there all the
I'm not
time.
waiting for a 3rd season of this. I'm going straight back into it. What I'm also very surprised about is that the manga is like very close to where the anime is, by the way. Like we are 3 episodes, like minimum 3 episodes of where the manga is currently let off. Like chapter 100 it is. And like chapter 100 is going to be like episode 2. Like 2 more episodes from now, so like episode 8.
Oof. So that means that you're gonna have to start reading the light novels to get ahead.
Yeah, and I fucking hate reading the light novels.
That's why they're still
Because
sat in my
it's
Amazon
so
basket.
boring. It's so boring because I've already read it before.
See, and that's
But yeah,
why.
like I fucking love Mushoku Tensei. People give it such a bad rap, and it's evolved. This show has evolved, man. It's not the kiddie, stupid, pervy shit that it was before. It hasn't evolved into a mature show that deals with real life shit that people can relate to, and people are still joking about this shit, and I'm not gonna get into it.
To be fair, yeah, no, I
We've
haven't
been
really
talking
thought
about
the
this
fact
show for
it's
20
lacking
minutes.
perv. That's fine. To be honest, I don't know if you've looked at the channel recently, but I put up that stupid clip about how I think Luke is the greatest character. Because really, without him, the plot wouldn't go on. Like, that clip just randomly has, like, popped off for some reason.
Luke is the best part of fucking Mushoku Tensei.
100%.
Oh,
Just
it has.
randomly
That's
popped
weird.
off. Like,
Luke is
yeah,
the
it's
real
so
hero
fucking...
of Mushoku Tensei.
Yeah.
People are probably looking for like a deep analysis of why like Luke was like the one hero of all of Mushoku Tensei, and there's a shitty 1 minute and 22-second clip of you going off about how you have a bromance with him.
No, I'm just saying, you know, if a man fixed your dick at the cost of, like, you know, a house and home, that's a hero. The best hero, in fact. And he does all the other good things. He's a good man. I really like Luke. All right, like he's a good man. But no, like with Rudius and his like pervy shit. Honestly, I kind of forgot that he's even a bit of a perv anymore. Because this season really hasn't had it. Like
no, because he's matured and gotten married, so
Yeah.
there's no real excuse. He's had like opportunities to be perv even within this season, but he hasn't. Like he actually
Well, it's like-
frowned upon those two girls for stealing all the fucking panties and stuff.
yeah.
2 seasons ago, this man would be all over that shit, but he's not.
I was gonna say, he'd have been changing his religion, right? He'd have been fucking, like, getting a new deity box and everything, but, you know.
Yeah, he wouldn't have a deity box, he had a deity wardrobe.
Fucking deity house.
Fucking deity trunk of, like...
Honestly, you see
undies.
that house he's living in now? Half of that would just be fucking deity.
The walls and stuff, it's not actually, like, fuck, what's the word
He'd call
called?
it, like, the Womanizer West Wing. It's not wallpaper, it's just fucking panties.
But yeah, fucking love Mushoku Tensei,
Yeah,
man.
no, but I'd say
So-
though for like all of the
it's-
second season, he hasn't, because like obviously he was going through his fucking impotency issues anyway. But like
Yeah.
the perviest thing I think we really got in the entirety of the second season out of Rudius was like him groping Lenia. And that was just
Yeah,
to see if
that
he
was-
could give him a hard on. Like
Yeah. it was for research. Alright, don't misinform our viewers.
Yeah.
It was for research.
that's science. We should put a disclaimer, don't go groping tits and claiming it for science, you won't get away with it.
Yeah, that won't cure your impotence.
Yeah, it also probably won't help with that either.